Hi, I'm going to go ahead and show you what the Math Smarter Balance Assessment looks like for this year. All students in grades 3 through 8th grade and 11th grade took the test. If they were in 3rd through 8th grade and 11th grade, they took the test last school year. It was a pilot, so we didn't get any data back, but this year we will be getting some data back. Before I go ahead and show you the actual test and talk a little bit more about the test, I do want to show you the Arcadia Unified School District website. Hope you're all familiar with it. This has all information related to the district. On the website, there is a Common Core page. So if you click on that, you read any information related to Common Core. And on this page, there's a purple link that says 2015 Meeting Handouts and Resources. So go ahead and click on that. And that'll give you access to all of the resources that we spoke about, all of the information we gave you, or the information that was given to you at tonight's meeting. Okay, so if you click on Smarter Balanced here, this has all of the links I'm going to be showing you so that you can go back and take a look at them on your own. All right, thank you. Okay, so let's get back to the presentation here. So, as I told you, all students in grades 3rd through 8th grade and 11th grade will be participating on the Smarter Balanced Assessment. They will be taking tests in both English Language Arts and Mathematics. These tests have 2 different components each, so it's a total of 4 tests. The first component is the short answer, fill in the blank, multiple choice. And then the second component is a performance task. And the performance task is followed by the classroom activity that's done together with the teacher in the class, okay, as a whole group. And then for mathematics, the same 2 components. With mathematics, the first component of the short answer, fill in the blank, they do add in graphs there and more drag and drop responses for students to work out and solve problems, and drawing choices as well. Okay. The estimated timing for Smarter Balanced is 3 hours. This is not done all in one seating. The schedule is made out by the district and school site, and so it's a total estimated time of 3 hours. So the school site and the district will determine that schedule for the students. Okay. Before I go on and show you a little bit more about the Smarter Balanced, I do want to show you the scoring guides, because when you take the Smarter Balanced practice test, you don't get automatic feedback to let you know if a question is right or wrong. It does, you just answer the questions and then it takes you to the end of the test and then that's it. But there is a link that I've included in the handout that'll show you the answers and the responses. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now, and that's the scoring guide. So what the scoring guide is, it's on the California Assessment of Student Performance and Progress page. And if you scroll down, there's a table titled Scoring Guides. So in that first column, it has 2013. That relates to the practice test that was available last year for students. And then that second column, or the third column here, is 2014. And so this has this year's current answers. So if we go ahead and click on the PDF here, it's going to take us to the scoring guide. And so the scoring guide is right here. And I really like this because what it does is it gives us a screenshot of the question and how it looked on the test. And then it tells you here what the answer is. And then a little rubric that explains exactly how they're scoring the responses. So this is nice because it tells you exactly how the Smarter Balanced is scored. It's a great resource. So what I want to do now is I want to show you the performance task. This is the second component that's followed by the classroom activity. And so as you can see here for math, it has a split screen. And in this first screen, you can see it's a little narrow. So if the kids feel it's a little narrow and they'd like to widen it out, they can click on this little button right here to expand. And then here it shows you the actual passage and the information that the kids are going to need to answer the questions. If a student feels like the font is a little bit too small, they can click on zoom in and make the words larger. You can see some gray little lines right here above certain words. What that means is that if they click on that word, it's a glossary. Okay, so lemonade is a sweet drink made of lemons. So pretty much what it does, it just assists them with language that's not related to the content. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Oh, and another thing too is if you drag with your mouse to select certain words, they can right click and select highlight selection. Okay, so what it does is that it'll highlight for the students. Okay, so I just close this, and then here they get answer choices. Okay, so for every single question, there are these three little horizontal lines. And if you click on that little button right there, it shows you, it gives you three options. The first option is a tutorial, which helps the students understand that question type and how to answer that type of question. The second is a notepad, and the notepad is just a little pop-up for kids to select so that they can go ahead and type in any notes related to that question. The students will also get scratch paper and pencil so they can still write out problems and work them out on a piece of paper as well. And then the last is mark for review. And on that one, if a student answers a question but feels like they want to go back and take a look at that question one more time before they submit the test, they would mark that question for review. Okay. There sometimes is another option. It's the strike-through option that pops up with multiple choice questions. What that does is it allows students to use the process of elimination to strike through any questions that or responses that they know aren't the correct answer. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and go on to the practice test. So all of your computers are set here, and this is the California Assessment of Student Performance and Progress page. So you just click on the Practice and Training Test button, click on the green Student Interface Practice and Training Test, and then it'll take you to the sign-in page for California for Smarter Balance. So click Sign In. Go ahead and select your grade. Select Yes. And then here you have 6 different options. The very first column is math, and that has 3 different tests related to math. And then the second column here is English Language Arts, and the same thing. All 3 tests are related to the language arts. And so the very first row here is a test that shows you a sample of questions in grades 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade. And so if you want to see that vertical alignment, you can click on that and see how the questions change. The second row is a practice test, and this has that first component specific to the grade level that you chose. So it'll have multiple choice, it'll have fill in the blank, it'll have the dragging and dropping, and some graphing or math. And then here you have the performance task, which we just saw. So go ahead and click on Math Practice Test for the grade level you chose. There's some settings right here that you can manipulate when you're taking the practice test, but once the kids actually take the test themselves, these settings will already have been predetermined for them. So we verified this information. We will click Yes, Start My Test, Begin Test Now, and then it'll take you to the very first question. Okay, and so you still have the zoom in and zoom out option. You have your 3 little choices here as well. And then once you put in a response, you click on the next button right here, and it'll take you to the next question. The responses automatically save, so you don't have to click on the save button, but it is there as an option. And then if a student for any reason needs to leave the classroom, they can select pause and pause their test. Okay, so please feel free to go ahead and continue taking the test, and please let me know if you have